All right, we are live. So somebody asked a question. How can law firms make sponsoring local events profitable? Right. So I'm sure you've had an opportunity to sponsor a local event. You've probably had local organizations contact you and say, hey, we're having this really cool local event. Would you like to sponsor us? Right. And a lot of times, uh, small business owners, including law firms, will decide, yeah, that sounds good. Let's sponsor the local event. But then they don't make any money back on it, right? Because it typically costs you money to be at the event. So how can you make the most profit out of these events as possible? Well, there's a few simple tips that I want to give you to allow you to make as much money out of sponsoring local events as possible. And when you do this, this will actually probably turn into be one of your favorite strategies for generating new local business, right? So the first thing is in your branding and in your signage at the actual event. So it's very natural to want to get a giant sign that just has your law firm's logo on it, right? So just a huge sign or a huge banner or tablecloth or whatever that says Smith Law Firm PLLC or whatever it is, right? But that's not going to do anything for you. What you really should do is you should start focusing on relationships and focusing on making contacts at these events. Now, how do you do that? You don't do that by putting your banner up. The way you do that is you put up some sort of benefit in the banner, right? Instead of your name, start with like, ask me how I can make sure that your kids go to the right person should you pass away. Ask me how I can make sure that your 20-year-old kids don't blow their inheritance, right? Ask me how I can free you from your spouse who you hate, like, and here's the other thing. If you can use a little bit of humor in it, that would be great. Like we used to do one with estate planning all the time. It was like, ask me how to make sure that your kids don't go to their crazy aunt with all the cats if you pass away, right? So if you can do something like that, then what's going to happen is people are immediately going to see the benefit. And if you can do something that's kind of entertaining and memorable, then what's going to happen is it's going to be memorable. And when it's memorable, people are going to come up, they're going to talk to you, they're going to comment on the sign, and it's going to spark lots of conversations, much more than just your logo, right? So the second piece of advice that I would give you is get an absolutely amazing business card. Now, the business cards that I get from a company called plasticprinters.com. I'm not affiliated with them at all. But the reason I say this is because I've cheaped out and I've gone to different companies and I've regretted it and I've had to throw them away. And then I went back to Plastic Printers and bought them. So my business cards are really, really cool because they're plastic. It's basically a credit card, right? Now, why is this important? This is important because when somebody takes your business card, that is the only thing that they have to remember you by, right? So if you give them a nice business card, then what's going to happen is they're going to remember you because, again, it's memorable. Everything here is trying to be memorable, and it's about being a pattern interrupt. It's doing something that breaks the pattern, right? Most businesses just have their name. So you're going to have a witty saying that is a benefit. Most people just give out a crappy business card or like a stress ball or something stupid like that. You're actually going to give out a nice plastic business card that feels like a credit card. Now, here's the cool thing about this credit card or this business card. Every time you give one of these away, and this happens to me all the time, the first thing people say is, wow, cool business card, right? And then what ends up happening is you get known or you're remembered as the company or the law firm that has the cool business card. This happened to me at multiple conferences that I've gone to. I go to conferences, I give out the business card, and without fail, people remember me because it's a really nice business card, right? And it's a plastic business card that it feels like a credit card, right? Now, here's the other cool thing. I've gone into lawyers' offices a year and a half, sometimes even 2 years later, and they still have my business card sitting on their desk. Why is that? I asked them about it, and they said it's because it was so nice they felt bad throwing it away, right? So if you can make an impression that shows a benefit and gives them something memorable, and then leave a lasting impression by giving them a business card that not only impresses them, but also makes them remember you, which is more important, and also they feel bad throwing away, then you are much, much more likely to make a profit on these local events. And when you do this, you can actually make quite a bit of money because typically they're not that much money to sponsor. And if you get one or two cases out of it, it will automatically pay for itself and probably be very, very profitable for you. So I hope this video was helpful, and I will talk to you guys soon. By the way, if you have any other questions that you want me to answer, then what I want you to do is I want you to leave a comment below this video with your question, and I'll go ahead and I'll answer it for you on my next live video. So till then, talk to you guys later.